Hi there, it's Joycelyn Wells, and today we're going to talk about Healthy You in this series of Healthy Me, Healthy You. And when we talk about Healthy You, it's looking at people and trying to decide if they're going to be a benefit in your life or not. And not a benefit in that they're going to take care of you financially, but a benefit for the resources that they bring to you. What tools and crafts have they collected along your journey that you can share in? Because remember, our meetings are not haphazard. I mean, we may bump into the same people or the same type of people because of our fear, but the idea is to get on the other side of the fear. So when you're looking at people to decide if you're going to engage with them in whatever capacity, you have to wonder if they're okay with who they are, if they're comfortable with who they are, if they're not pretending, well, hell, if they're aware that they even exist in their own right. Some people don't have a level of awareness or understanding that they exist. They're trying to be somebody else, or they're comparing themselves to somebody else, or they're making negative comments, or yang, 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 and that kind of stuff. That's unhealthy. And if you already know your path is peace, if you already know you're trying to get to the next place, then you already know that's not something that you want in your life. And you say no to that. When you meet people who tell you you're to this, or you to this, or you should this, they're trying to change you to fit what they want from you, that's not a healthy space to be in. People who want to give to you to become better, they're going to give genuinely from a gift place. We talked about that. We're going to give from this gift space that it's only replenished by the universe. They're not asking you for something else. They're just going to give it, and they're going to be okay to walk away and say goodbye even when it's done, without holding you hostage that they gave it to you. So remember having a conversation with someone before, a guy, and good looking man, job, like, you know, he was a guy, right? You know, it wasn't anything wrong with him. And I remember him telling me that I was too independent. You're too independent. That's what's wrong with you women. You did it. And I was like, first of all, I'm single. So if I'm not independent, who in the fuck's gonna take care of me? If I don't take care of myself, who's taking care of me? That's my rule. Nobody's taking care of me. I got me. That's the only person responsible for me is me. Anything extra is gravy. So anyway, he goes on telling me that I'm too independent and that's why I don't have a man and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, what the hell are you talking about? Whatever. So his advice to me was I should let him break me down and rebuild me so I could be a better woman. What the fuck? Go talk to God about me. Like, don't talk to me about it. But it's like what you see, what you see when people see you, that's important. And if they're going to be good in your life, that conversation was not healthy. That person was not healthy. And whether he had a job and he was good looking and he was this, none of those things superseded the fact that he was already trying to make me somebody else. So that's not a healthy you. So when I'm looking at people and trying to determine what looks good for having these conversations, engaging in these moments, and you know, a lot of times conversations are fleeting. They don't stick around. People may not stick around for a long time. They're fleeting, right? We're supposed to still take and think back on those conversations and draw from those conversations, whether it's bits and chunks of knowledge. We still have access to them because we shared in the conversation over dinner, over drinks, whatever. We can't force people to be what we want them to be. And people can't force us to be what we want them to, what they want us to be. So when you're looking at people, you have to try to determine, is this person going to be good for me? Is this person going to add to my baggage? Is this some other bullshit I'm going to have to process? Right? You want to make sure that the person that you're talking to, the person that you're engaging with, is in a good mental space to be able to engage with you in a good place, in your freedom of existing space. Now, this is me. Dating, I would ask men to get to know them. I would ask them, tell me something about yourself that has nothing to do with your kids, and you get a lot of silence that has nothing to do with anybody but you. Tell me about yourself. And you get a lot of silence. That lets me know that they don't know themselves. They can't tell you anything about them that's not connected to somebody else. That's not good. And it's not for me to fix it. It's not for you to fix somebody. You don't have the gift to see, the wherewithal to see everything about them. The only thing that you are having to do is to continue to grow and move along your path, and you'll interact with different people along the way. When you're on your path and you decide to stop moving for the sake of trying to help, and I just said, it doesn't matter if a motherfucker needs you. That is not an excuse when it's time for you to be of your purpose. You don't get to stop moving because somebody needs you. It's a temporary boom, and you keep it moving. Your temporary resource, drop it off and keep it. But when somebody's needing you, that's not going to make for a lasting relationship. It's going to make for an uneven relationship because somebody's still going to be missing out on the goodness. So when you meet people and you're trying to determine if they're good for you to interact with, or if they have a message for you, you have to be able to see them. You've got to be able to see them, and you got to be able to accept that they may or may not be in a good space for you. If you doubt it, if you feel like they aren't, if you feel already off the rip that it's some bullshit, some nagging, complaining about, I did my child support, now and you don't want the nagging in your life because you just said goodbye to nagging already, or you're getting rid of, you got nagging at work that you don't like, you already know that's something that bothers you. It's not a healthy space to be, and it's not a healthy decision for you to make, to go into this relationship with another person who's not seeking to be healthy, seeking to be free. So I'm just trying to kind of give an idea of things to look for when meeting people, if they're going to be a benefit or not. And it's got to be a benefit. Otherwise, what's the point? A benefit or a detriment? That's it, right? You want benefits. You don't want somebody to be a detriment. You want benefits. So you're literally seeking the goodness of other people in relationships to add to your life. And it may be a few people. It may be no people. This is the first time in my life that I think I can go 2 days without my phone ringing. But it also means I go 2 days without hearing any bullshit about something that has nothing to do with me. And that's okay. That's it, right? But that's me choosing to only interact with people that are going to be good for me, and people who've been able to walk away from relationships with me because they didn't feel like I was a benefit to them. And that's okay too. We all have to choose what we do along our path from the opportunities that are available. And if you can continue to search for the healthy you, you'll get closer to your being of your purpose, right? So this is Joycelyn Wells with Healthy Me, Healthy You. And I'll see you next time.